Good morning, grade 4s. I hope you are well. Goeiemorgen, graad 4s. Ek hoop dit gaan goed. So today we are going to be doing Afrikaans. So I want you to get your Afrikaans textbook as well as your workbook ready for me. Okay, so today for Afrikaans we are continuing with word types, woordsoorte. So the first one we are going to look at is voornaamwoorde. In English it is pronouns. So let's quickly remember what is pronouns. Pronoun stands in the place of a noun. Okay, so it's exactly the same in Afrikaans. It's in die plek van 'n selfstandige naamwoord. 'n Selfstandige naamwoord is 'n noun in English. Okay, so let me give you an example in English. Jimmy eats Jimmy's cake. Now we're going to replace, because there's too many names. So we're going to replace this one. Jimmy eats his cake. And we can even replace the first one with he. He eats his cake. So then he and his is the pronouns. Now it's exactly the same in Afrikaans. I will do an example. Jannie dans met Sunny. Okay, so Jannie is dancing with Sunny. Now we're going to replace their names. Hy, because he's a boy, he. Hy dans met, Sunny is a girl, so it is haar. Okay, so we can have a look. I did send you a picture of this as well, but you can have a look here. Jy can change to jou, joune. Ek, my, myne. But when it's a boy, it's different. It will be sy of syne. And when it's a girl, it can be haar of hare. Okay, good. The next one we're going to look at is lidwoorde. In English, it is articles. Now remember, articles, there's only 3 articles, a, an, and the. Okay, so there's only 3 articles in English. In Afrikaans, there's only 2. We call them lidwoorde. Now remember, in English, articles is split into 2. So definite and indefinite. So definite means they are referring to something specific when you use the word the. And indefinite is when you refer to something not specific, so anything which will then be a and an. So it's exactly the same in Afrikaans. Let's have a look. So a, that's like this, so it's the N with a stripe, is a onbepaalde lidwoord. So indefinite article. Onbepaalde lidwoord is a. So for example, in the sentence, a seun, like a boy. Okay, then die is the second lidwoord. Second article in Afrikaans is the bepaalde lidwoord. So it's referring to something specific. So it's specifically referring to a specific boy. A is not referring to a specific boy. It's referring to any boy. Okay. Okay, the last word type of woordsoort that we are going to look at is voornaamwoorde. Now in English we call it conjunctions. Now last week we did discuss conjunctions in English. We also call them connectors. Okay, so it connects 2 sentences together. It's exactly the same in Afrikaans. Woorde wat sinne verbind. So here are some examples. En, of, want, en omdat. Now let me quickly show you how we will ask this in a test. Okay. So I'm going to write down. Ek hou van Susan se ouma. Full stop. Sy bak 'n groot koek. Okay, so you will get this in the test. You will get 2 sentences. Ek hou van Susan se ouma, full stop. Sy bak 'n groot koek. So I like Susan's grandmother and she's baking a big cake. And then in brackets we have the word want, which is our voegwoord, our conjunction. Okay, it is also because in English. Okay, now what we are going to do is, first of all, you're going to take away this full stop. Okay, you're going to replace that full stop with the word want. And you're going to change this uppercase letter to a lowercase letter. So now it's going to be one sentence. Ek hou van Susan se ouma, want sy bak 'n groot koek. And then this will then fall away. Okay. Okay, now let's have a look at the activities. So the first one is on page 62. It's number C. Voltooi die tabel. Voornaamwoorde. So remember, voornaamwoorde is pronouns. Now you have sentences 1 until 5, and then you have a pink box at the top with different words in. Now, luckily for you, there's no incorrect answer, so you can basically just fill them in wherever they fit for you. So let's look at the first one. Ek sê dit is ons ouma, haar ouma, my ouma, sy ouma, of jou ouma. Anyone would be correct. Okay, so you can just fill in the pronouns. Good. Next activity is on page 65. Once again, activity C. So now you need to use the conjunctions or the connectors to connect these words. So, number 1, ek hou van Susan se ouma, punt. Sy bak groot koek. Sy bak 'n groot koek. And then you need to combine these sentences with the word want. Okay, so then you're going to just replace the full stop with the word want and make the capital S a lowercase s. And then that is it. Okay, now let's look at the next activity, page 71. Page 71, activity A. Okay, voltooi die sinne met die regte voegwoord. Now, let's look at the example. Ek eet 'n roomys. Spasie, dit is warm. Ek eet 'n roomys as dit warm is. Good. Now let's have a look. There you have 3 sentences, and now you need to fill in the pink box, the correct conjunction in the correct sentence. So let's have a look at the first one. Ek dra 'n trui, spasie, dit is koud. So now you can say want. You can fit want in there. Okay. So, and then you can try the other 2 for me by yourself, and then I'll mark them to see if they are correct. Okay. So let's go to the next activity, page 94. Page 94, activity A. Verbind die sinne met die woord tussen hakkies. Voegwoord. Okay, so now once again it's pretty easy. You're going to take the word in brackets and you're going to replace it there where the full stop is in the middle of the sentence, and then you're going to make the uppercase a lowercase. Okay, then the last activity is on page 95. It's activity C. Verbind die sinne met want. So once again, conjunction. So you're just going to make the 2 sentences one by changing the full stop to the word want, making the uppercase letter a lowercase. So good luck. If you have any questions, remember you can WhatsApp me at any time, or you can leave your questions for our Zoom session.